Holo Gelato Familia. It is George, the Disney Italiano, coming to you with another live. And breaking news, folks, because this is how we do it. When the news gets broken, we come on and we talk about it. And sure enough, as you can tell by my background, it is D23 news. And boy, do we have some whopper of information for you today. They officially, which I actually had an idea that this was going to happen. Because we are, within the week's time that they'll be releasing out the emails, to choose, for guaranteed seating for a lot of the panels and presentations at D23 this year. So we knew that the schedule was going to have to drop sometime or another. My guess was going to be sometime this week. Here comes Monday, July 13th. And guess what? D23 drops the schedule for everything that's going on at the Anaheim Convention Center. But I still think there's going to be some extra surprises added on. I think they just kind of gave us like the core center of what is to be expected at this event. But am I going to be discussing this alone? Absolutely not. I have to have someone on here with some pizzazz, with some charm, devastatingly good looking. I couldn't find that person, so I asked theme park conductor to come on. I'm just kidding with you, man. But sure enough, he is all those things. He got all those boxes checked. And without further ado, Mr. Theme Park Conductor, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing. My heart's racing a million miles an hour because we were just talking about this. I got off work. Okay, I got home, and I decided to check the D23 website and say, you know what? I'm hoping they send out my tickets or our tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, they created the shipping label and it's on its way. So that's the first thing. Then minutes later, we hear online the Gordon Ramsay restaurant opens for reservations. So we're doing that tonight. Then minutes before or minutes after that, then this drops from Scott Gustin. It's like a trifecta. So I don't know how I'm doing. I'm just overexcited. I don't know.
Yeah, and that is very true because you did call me right out the gate and you said that you got notification that our badges are being sent out to you, which we do have some other badges coming on our good friend Jason Hill's way as well. I'm not sure if he received that yet because we kind of had to divide and conquer to be able to get these tickets because we all know how the D23 ticket system works. But what was very interesting was when you told me where the badges were coming from, and sure enough, it's coming from my old town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And very interesting that even the zip code, which I won't release the zip code out, but it was pretty close to where I originally lived, which is very crazy, very weird. It's like one or two zip codes away from my location. So I just thought that was, and you sent me the screenshot and everything, and I thought that was I was speechless, and yet I have like no words, and I was just like a fool of what?
Oh my gosh.
But then you're right. Then everything dropped for the Carnaby, which you had a little tip off saying that there was a possibility it was going to open today. We weren't 100% sure. Sure enough, it did happen. So kudos to the person that had the correct date that gave to you. And yeah, I hurried up. I jumped on that website and I nabbed us for a party of 4 for tonight at the Carnaby grand opening night. Very excited. That's why you could see we're both very, very debonair. We're very dressed up. We're ready for the occasion.
Right.
But in any case, there's going to be content coming out, folks, for both of our channels for the grand opening night of Gordon Ramsay's at the Carnaby. Definitely look out for it on Holo Gelato and Theme Park Conductor. But we have some bigger fish to fry, and I'm not talking about the fish and chips that we're going to have tonight.
Nope.
This is D23 news, and let's kick it off With well, actually, let me start off with this because this piece of news came out before the actual schedule. Was that Neil Patrick Harris has been set to host the Parks and Experiences panel presentation at the Honda Center, which I find quite. Don't get me wrong, I love NPH. I do. He's
Yeah.
a great actor, great performer, great person, but I would have thought that maybe, and forgive me, folks, I'm not typecasting here, but I just thought that since he is an actor, he has done Broadway. I thought that maybe he would have done something in the Disney entertainment format, like for Disney on Broadway or something. I never really expected them to get him to host, which that was kind of like our prediction anyway, because with all the change up of the jobs with Josh D'Amaro becoming CEO and Thomas Maslam becoming chairman of the Parks and Experiences, we weren't sure how the format was going to be done this year,
No.
compared to 2 years ago when Josh took over the whole Honda Center and everybody went nuts.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of smart that they got a celebrity. I just don't know. Do you feel like that Neil Patrick Harris is going to be the now? Again, we still have to wait and see once we're there. He can blow us away and do a phenomenal job at presentation wise and what have you. But just of the news itself, what is your take on NPH hosting the parks presentation?
So it's actually quite interesting because I feel like Neil Patrick Harris, I don't really. It's kind of weird. I'm glad he's doing it because he has been incorporated into the Disney company. Like, I mean, he was the voice for California Screaming before it got rethemed to Incredicoaster. He's done some other work for Disney, and he's been part of ABC for a lot of things. He's done Christmas specials. He's done, I think, like a special, like Christmas thing with the Muppets. So he has been incorporated. So I'm very curious on why they chose him, meaning that we kind of all thought it was either going to be Josh D'Amaro or Thomas Maslam, who took over Josh's spot. So it really has me curious why Thomas's name hasn't popped up yet. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's almost like he's kind of like floating under the radar because I
Yeah.
would think like if you're going to replace someone like Josh, who is very outwardly a very much of a people person, knows how to work a crowd. And the only thing that I remember lastly that Thomas Maslam has done, which we still don't even know about really, was when he did that very mysterious interview up in the Tomorrowland
Terrace.
Terrace. Yeah. Which we still don't even know what that's about.
No.
Maybe we'll get full, confirmation on that at D23. But yeah, Thomas Maslam is a great guy. I think he did a phenomenal job being president of Disneyland for the time that he was president. But as far as the parks go, like I haven't really seen him make like an official like statement of like, here I am, I'm the new parks and experiences person. I hope he at least addresses something.
You would honestly think, but who knows? When I watch footage back from 2024, they kind of had a mixed variety. Like Josh was obviously the main line host, but then you had, different people come out on stage and talk about different projects. So maybe that's what this is. I don't know. Again, we just got the schedule. I'm sure more information is going to drop throughout the next couple days, if not the next couple weeks. I just find it interesting that one of the first announcements they make is Neil Patrick Harris is going to host it. Like like you said, he's an actor. He's not a Disney executive. So it's like, where is this going?
Yeah, now that's very true because I do want to bring up something that our good friend Drew, the Disney dude, posted.
Yes.
We'll get in that a little bit later because that's where I also have that concern of why they went the route with Neil Patrick Harris. And that kind of gives me a little bit of a concern for the parks presentation this year. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. You let me know. But Chris West in the house said, except changing the fries around the resort. Yeah, like, come on. Like, I love the steak fries. Why did they have to get rid of that at Flo's and everything? Like, bring all the different varieties of fries back. I know it's potato, but you know what? It just hits differently. I'm sorry.
It does. It does.
And then really quick, kind of off topic, but yeah, John Make It Rain covered it. And then also Mademoiselle.
78.
Last night, breaking news, unexpectedly, actor Sam Neill, best known as our
Dr. Grant.
Our Dr. Grant, our archaeologist from the Jurassic Park films, sadly passed away. And was very sudden and unexpectedly based off of what his family said, because a couple months ago that he said that he was cancer-free since he actually got the diagnosis back in 2022, which I was very happy for him and everything. But they said that he still was in remission from the cancer. So not exactly sure what caused this unfortunate passing, but thoughts and prayers go out to his family during this difficult time. And Dr. Grant, you go run with those dinos, man.
Absolutely.
So what I thought we could do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to kick it off with the schedule, and then we'll bring some other things up because, as I said, I want to address. So this is coming from the GOAT himself, Mr. Scott Gustin, coming on from the D23 website. I'm going to bring this up. So they break it down into 3 pages, which is basically the schedule for all 3 days. Now, the reason why this looks like not a lot going on is because there is going to be stuff going on the showroom floor. They're going to have the Walt Disney exhibits and archives. There's going to be smaller things going around. These are the bigger presentations that are going to be held inside like the D23 arena and like the premiere stage and what have you. And they actually, that's right, they changed the D23 arena. That was Ultimate Fan when it was just the expo. I've been to all the D23s. It became the Hyperion stage. So they actually break it down here. So if you can see my cursor, this is the Honda Center, premiere stage, the Walt Disney Archive stage, the backlot stage, the Hyperion stage, and then they have the cosplay meetups Grand Plaza. So that's like when they do like for the costumes and like when they do the masquerade contest and what have you, and they take all the photos and everything. So this is Friday, August 14th. This is day 1. Now I know it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if it'll, let me see if it'll like, let me like, whoop, bring it a little bit bigger. Okay, so that's how far it'll let me go. Okay, so so for the Honda Center, obviously at 7 to 9 p.m. So they're saying that this is going to be 2 hours. Now, 2 years ago, when I attended the, this is the Disney Entertainment Showcase, by the way. So this is when they cover all the things in the studio, all the films, you know, streaming, all the stuff that comes from the studio. That presentation almost lasted 4 hours.
Jeez.
Now it's saying here from 7 to 9, that's only 2 hours. Now, I don't know if they just kind of rough ball it where they still can go over, which I have seen that happen, or if they cut down a lot of unnecessary things that we didn't need, because honestly, that one was long. As I said, it was almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
So Yeah, so right now it's saying it's going to be 2 hours, which don't get me wrong, you could still fill in a lot of 2 hours, and maybe this is the stuff that we know that we're actually going to get, that they're not just going to like announce and then like we don't hear from it again. So maybe that's the case as well. But prior to that evening, because the Honda Center presentations are in the evening, it starts at 7 p.m. for Friday and Saturday, and then the third day, which is the legend ceremony, that's at 1:30 p.m. But during the day at the Anaheim Convention Center, we're going to kick it off at the premiere stage at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. They're doing Beauty and the Beast, A Tale as Old as Time. Now, they're not really giving too much information of like what to expect here. I do know probably a lot of people, which we will get into it, they'll have like the descriptions as they're like getting the information from Disney and posting it. But this is just the schedule. So from 11 to 12 is going to be Beauty and the Beast, A Tale as Old as Time. And you can interrupt me at any time if you have any thoughts, questions, opinions,
Sure.
concerns. Just throw it in there. This I'm kind of actually interested in because it's kicking it right off, like opening of the event. And Beauty and the Beast is literally my favorite Disney animated feature of all time. So far, nothing has come close to passing it. It was the very first, animated movie ever to be nominated for Best Picture, which lost to Silence of the Lambs, which, don't get me wrong, I love Silence of the Lambs, but I'm sorry, I'm still boycotting that movie because Beauty and the Beast lost to it. But but yeah, I'm very curious to see what that entails. Because as I said, I love Beauty and the Beast, and I think that's a nice sweet spot to actually catch something earlier on in the day. Because as the day progresses, it's going to get more challenging because then we have to head over to the Honda Center. And then around the same time at the Walt Disney Archive stage, because see, we got to go left to right because we got to go by the times, is the Disney and Nat Geo Capturing the Wonder of Nature. So for anyone who's into nature, who's into like the documentaries and Nat Geo and stuff, this would be for you. I do love Nat Geo, but this isn't something that I would go out of my way at D23 to catch. And that's just my prerogative. What say for you with that?
So I kind of feel the same way. I love nature. I just this type of situation, that's like last on my list. But if I'm looking from left to right and not up and down, which I just was looking at, but if I'm looking left to right, I think I'd be more interested. Let me see. I'm sorry because my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Okay, so Marvel Fanfare, I would probably love to do, and that Star Wars cosplay meetups at the Grand Plaza. So both the Marvel Fanfare at the backlot stage and where the Grand Plaza is for Star Wars, that's what I would like to do.
Okay. And that's a great segue. Yeah, because at 10:15 to 11:15, they're having the Marvel Fanfare at the backlot stage. Again, not really giving too much information of what that is, but hey, you know what? It's Marvel. How can you kind of go wrong with that? And then as you mentioned, the cosplay meetup for the Star Wars people that are dressing up in the cosplay, 9:45 to 10:30 at the cosplay meetup Grand Plaza. And then coming down a little bit further on in the day, and as you can see, you kind of have a little bit of a gap, which that'll allow us to be able to walk around, see the exhibits, see the archives. But if this is something that you're interested in, you still want to be able to get in line at ample time, because once they start filling up for the first come first serve in the regular general line, once they cut that off, you'll never know until you actually get closer to the door to get in. And again, once they really send out those emails to see, for the lottery system to see who gets guaranteed seating for what, then that'll also shed some light on the subject as well. So at 1:30 to 2:30, The Simpsons Stories from Springfield, which I have done a presentation of The Simpsons at D23 before. It was really cool. They had the creator, Matt Groening, James L. Brooks was there, some of the animators, the writers, Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson, Yardley Smith, the voice of Lisa Simpson. So they did a whole panel of talking about the show and what have you. So, and I do think I did see something about that they are going to do another signing. So I wasn't able to get the signing last time. I might try this time because I might want to have like the cast and the crew like sign like whatever, like a picture or a poster or something. Because I'm a huge fan of The Simpsons. I really do. I love it.
So I think for me, just because I have the schedule pulled up on my second screen, if I'm looking across again from all the different stages, I think out of all of them, I think I'm going to probably choose The Simpsons out of all of them because, there's some interesting ones. Like I think you were interested in the Disney Dreamlight Valley. I don't know what
I'm very curious to know what that is.
Yeah,
like I don't know what that could be.
No, but for me, I think it's The Simpsons. The weird one, this is the weird one, is that noon to 1 o'clock. It says, "Let us show you how we make Bob's Burgers."
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong, Bob's Burgers is funny.
It is.
Do not get me wrong, but if I had to go against The Simpsons, I'm sorry, Simpsons wins. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And honestly, Bob's Burgers really isn't again, not really my thing that I would want to spend time at D23 for.
Sure.
So yeah, coming across. So then at 12:45 to 1:45, Disney Music presents The Art of the Score. And that's at the Walt Disney Archive stage. So I'm assuming it's a presentation of like how the scores and soundtrack, for Disney music are, composed and what have you. Now, Doug, again, that it's very interesting of how they probably can do it. Is that at the top of my list? No, but it would be a nice filler if I couldn't get anything else.
Yeah.
And then, as you had mentioned, noon to 1 was the Bob's Burgers. The 12:30 to 1:15, yeah, that's the Disney Dreamlight Valley. I don't know really what that is. I'm very curious to see what it is. And then at the cosplay meetup, 12:15 to 1:15 p.m. is for Marvel. Oh, and I'm sorry, I missed the one before it. 11 to 11:45 p.m. is Pixar. So they kind of break down like the groups of people depending on like what they're dressed. Then coming down into, again, a little bit further on in the day, around the 2:30, 3 o'clock slot. 2:45 to 3:45, Making Disney Magic with Ron Clements. And Ron Clements, for anyone who doesn't know, brilliant Disney animator, has worked with his partner in crime at the studio, John Musker. They did The Little Mermaid. They did Aladdin. They've done Hercules, The Princess and the Frog, Moana. And Ron had recently is releasing a book. And I'm for sure this presentation is, to showcase, his book and his time with the company and everything. And I think honestly, like that is, that would be something I would be kind of interested in. Now, also too, what you have to keep an eye out for is the overlapping of time. So as you can see for this, it starts at 2:45. See, but The Simpsons ends at 2:30. So chances are with that 15-minute gap, if they already have people in line, then chances are, or unless you actually get the guaranteed seating, again, that's where you have to pick and choose, what you would want to do. And then from 2 to 3 p.m., animating the action Disney Magic Live on ESPN. I have absolutely no interest in that whatsoever. That's just me. And then what say you with that?
Um, if there weren't other things, that take priority for me from just looking at the schedule, I would have to say, quite honestly, I would be intrigued to see what it's all about. Because I've noticed in the last couple years, especially with the Super Bowl, sometimes with the MLB, the NBA, they will incorporate like, animation a little bit, especially when it's like during playoff time or the NBA finals or the Super Bowl or the MLB World Series. I've seen it. But since there's so much other stuff going on around that time frame, it would actually be one of the last things I would do, at least at this time
Yeah.
variant.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. So John Make It Rain asks, which cosplay are George and Conductor participating in?
George
So
is cosplaying. I'm going
yeah,
as conductor.
he's going as theme park conductor, the
But
content creator.
yeah, all his guy.
So Abby and I will be dressing up. We're only going to be dressing up for one day, though. We're just going to be dressing up for one day. And it would be probably the first day. And it would be during the day because then we would go back to the hotel and change, to be ready for the Honda Center. But we're not going to tell you guys what
Nope.
we are going to be. You guys will have to watch us as we do the coverage, because I'm still going to do the coverage, but I will be in cosplay,
Oh,
and you
boy.
guys will have to wait and see at the weekend of D23.
Oh, dear God.
I'm just going to catch up on some of the chat here because you guys are like you're pumping out the thing here. We got JJ in the house. I'm hopeful for more details about Villains Land and Piston Peak.
Same.
We are too. Yes. And actually with some of the news that came out that there Piston Peak is not going to be as big as what a lot of people were assuming. It's only going to be about 4.5 acres. That opens up more land for the village, which begs the question for me to the fact of that they didn't even release any specific detail of this land. Could they have enough land there to add an extra attraction so there would be 3 rides at Villains?
Yeah.
Sort of kind of like how they did 2 years ago with Avengers Campus. We were only expecting Infinity Defense, and then they threw Stark Flight Lab into the mix. And so I'm wondering if that may be the case for Villains, for sure.
100%. So the next 2 I see on the schedule as it goes across. Oh, go ahead and read this real quick. Go ahead.
Oh, do you want me right? Yeah, I'm not saying he is low energy, but Josh brought the fire at the last D23. And that is very true, John. He really did. And yeah, Neil Patrick Harris he has to live up to that expectation that he has to carry this whole presentation
100%
throughout the whole night.
So the next 2 that I find very interesting to me, from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m., it's going to be behind the curtain of pin trading. That one seems very interesting because I don't know what it is. Like, I go on and off with the pins because, I mean, I've gone crazy before, like with Funko Pops, and I kind of went a little crazy with the pins because I have a whole bunch in the book and I have a whole bunch in the little safe I have in my closet that are limited edition. So I would be very curious to check this out, but I'm kind of torn because around the same time, kind of overlapping, you got from 2:15 p.m. to 2:45 p.m. all the worlds of Disney. And I'm very curious about that one.
Okay, so what that is that's for the cosplaying, so that means like everybody together. So they'll do like a whole group.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm not cosplaying, that doesn't I wouldn't be in that. So I'd probably try to reserve the behind the curtain of pin trading because I really want to find out what the history is behind that.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Now I have to add this in here because they did add this in. So after that set of presentations, it says here on the line, I know it's probably a little bit hard to see, but it says below shows available to all ticket holders, including afternoon only tickets. So at the 4 p.m. timeline, that's when more people was going to be coming into the Anaheim Convention Center for their afternoon only ticket slots. So keep that in mind that more people are going to start, entering into the Honda Center, not the Honda Center, excuse me, the convention center. But the plus note for us is that we won't really have to worry about them too much because that's when we'll be getting ready to head back for the Honda Center. So these presentations, which I'm very happy for the people that have like the afternoon only or just the convention center, but I'm a little bit jealous at some of these next presentations because unfortunately, I don't think Wet will be able to make these.
Okay, well, there is one we can make. It's going to be tight, but maybe we could pull it off. I'm just going to throw it out here. The 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Walt Disney 125 years of inspiration. I think we could pull it off. I would love to do that.
That is true because it's ending at 5:30.
I would love to do that.
And the big presentation doesn't start till 7. So that still gives us an hour and a half to get back to the hotel. Abby and I would probably just do our quick change. And then, because we're going to get an Uber anyway, we're not taking the shuttles. Yeah, we should be fine because we have our guaranteed seats. So it's not like it's first come, first serve, like who gets the best seats. No one can take our seats but us at the Honda Center.
The only thing is just going through security because, people are going to try to sneak stuff in. That's going to happen.
Well, the thing is, too, since we'd be arriving a little bit later, maybe majority of the people will already be in through security. I'm hoping. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too terrible. I mean, security wasn't too terrible 2 years ago, other than them taking my chain off my wallet. That I literally had to break. They actually had pliers to like break the chain off my wallet. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, it went pretty smooth for the most part. Then moving forward, these are the ones that we won't probably be able to attend is the 20 years of Enchanted, a love letter to Disney, which I think honestly would have been really cool. It's celebrating 20 years of the 2007 film Enchanted that's coming up in 2027. They'll probably talk about the film and how they actually showcase a lot of Easter eggs of classic Disney movies into that film. I absolutely love the movie Enchanted. I wasn't too big of a fan of Disenchanted, but the first one I was a fan of. And then from 4:35 to 5:35, ink and paint at Disney Animation. See, I would have been really interested in that. But again, you got to pick and choose, your battles. But I will say that it does give me hope that if there's ever a D23 Ultimate Fan event that I can't make the Honda Center, that there's other things going on in the convention center that I could attend.
100%.
And then lastly on that slate there is from 4:30 to 5:30, Future of Digital Comics, Disney, Marvel, and Webtoon.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm for sure they'll talk about maybe the comics, the graphic novels, the stuff of how Disney integrates that into that forum.
And then from 7 to 8:30, I know George wanted to do this. I was pretty interested myself if the panel wasn't in the way, is the Disney Rewind concert from 7 to 8:30. I think that would have been really cool. The one that piques my interest, because I'm a huge Seth MacFarlane fan, is the Muppets Musical History with Second.
I know that really bums me out because they had the anniversary of the Muppet Christmas Carol one year, and it was during the parks presentation. And the people that didn't attend the parks, because this is the one with I'm trying to remember if it was Yeah, it was the one where Josh was talking about what could be, what
Yeah.
might happen, and people were so bummed that they waited for that. They were like, "Man, we should have went to the Muppet Christmas Carol because they said that was phenomenal." So
Yes.
the fact that they're going to integrate the Muppets into a presentation and to see Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy, like interacting with them, like, come on, that would have been awesome.
That would have been cool. The next one is from 6:30 to 7:30. The Quest Ahead for Disney Lorcana trading card game.
And this was the one that they had like a separate ticket for, like a time slot, not a ticket, like a time slot. I think it was like only $20 or $22. That sold out in seconds. And
Oh
I
yeah.
think that they give you like three starter packs and then one limited card. But again, this is going to be going on during the main event for the studio. So, but I
Yes.
mean, for people who are into Lorcana and that are at the convention center and that was able to nab a time slot, I'm for sure they'll have a ball.
100%. Before we get to the comments, the last one, which actually piques my interest a lot, because two of our dear friends that I actually did a video on their channel, it seems like forever now, but two gentlemen me and George have hung out at Disneyland with, Mark and Udi from the Leaving Today podcast crew. Definitely everybody please go check out their YouTube channel. It's Leaving Today podcast, all one word. They're amazing guys, and they're nerds like us. And they have a great YouTube channel, and me and George are constantly on there. But this one is from 6:15 to 7:15. Houses Walt built the Walt Disney Family Museum. And the reason I mentioned the Leaving Today podcast crew is because they have gone to the Walt Family Museum multiple times up in Northern California, and they say literally you can spend the entire day there, and there are some exhibits at that museum that just get you emotional. It's some they said it's something that you have to witness in person for sure if you're
Yeah,
a true Disney fan.
absolutely. And yeah, and I'm for sure that presentation is going to be kind of very, probably it was going to be very heartfelt, kind of like a love letter to Walt Disney himself. But again, unfortunately, we can't attend that. But as I said, to everyone who's there, definitely, if you're able to do it, enjoy it. Let's see. Let's see. We got Lucas and Disney in the house. Also, I can tell you they will announce entire Magic Kingdom Tomorrowland complete change project and also Epcot changes this D23.
Oh.
Interesting. Very ambitious. I do think if they don't mention really the full Tomorrowland, I think Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, there's a lot of chatter going around that Space Mountain is up next for an entire refurb. I hope they gut it like a fish and clean it out, give us a brand new track, brand new vehicles, and like maybe like a new soundtrack, new visuals, new lighting, like give us the whole shebang.
And then at Epcot, one of the things that was announced back in, I think it was 2019, is the revamp of was it oh my gosh,
Test track?
yeah. No, that's in the giant golf ball, as I call it.
Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth. So I think that might be talked about. And those plans that they announced back in 2019 or 2022, I can't remember which one it was.
It was 2019.
2019. Those might come back to fruition once again. And then actually, Lucas and Disney brought it up. Figment might come back because we've been seeing teases about Figment, showing up at WDI in Burbank, doing these little promos throughout the year. So,
well, what's interesting is that they're selling 3 pins.
Yes.
That are symbolizing the three big presentations: the studio, the parks, and the Legends ceremony. And on the parks one, on the pin, is Figment.
Mm.
So is that a little hint that, Figment is going to, play a part? I think honestly that may be like one of the bigger announcements, even though that it may seem small, but the fact that Figment would be making a comeback and
Yes.
revamping that ride at Epcot, I think um that would be very interesting. And then we got Florentin in the house. Welcome in, Florentin. Hello. Looking forward to know your predictions before D23. Yes, we will be doing a whole entire video or live for our last minute predictions for D23. So definitely look out for that as well. That's going to be a good one. And then, of course, we have our very good friend Jason Hill in the house, the one that actually made it all happen for us. Because honestly, if it wasn't for him, would be sitting at home twiddling our thumbs on the computer, watching everyone else. Yeah. There is too much to choose from, and it's going to conflict with the Honda Center. I know a lot of like the better ones are actually during the Honda Center, for sure. And then Florentin continues, conductor's first D23 event.
It's going to be my first, and I know. I will tell you this, okay? For everybody, including it's Florentin, I have to give where credit's due, and I'll tell you what, George being, a veteran of Walt Disney World, been there more than a dozen times. Okay.
30 plus.
Okay, 30 plus. There you go. The fact that he captured my, reactions, Tommy Toon's reactions to seeing everything. Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, all the Universal parks. I will tell you what, he did a phenomenal job by far. And I can't wait to see what he has in plan for D23, because like you're absolutely right. It's going to be my first time. I'm going to probably be all over the place. You're probably going to see me running from one side of the showroom floor to the other side of the showroom floor.
Which basically for him is 2 steps.
Yeah, so for my 2 steps, it's like 10 steps for George. So
yeah,
you're just gonna see this big, tall tree running across the damn showroom floor. It's me. So just yell out, and I'll throw my hand up, and if you see my hand go like this, I recognize you. I'm just busy running to another exhibit, or
of course. Well, it's funny that you say like a running tree, so like I basically Groot.
Yeah, basically a oversized tall Groot. Yeah, sure, why not?
There you go. And then let's see, Lucas and Disney also said that abandoned Golden Globe building. I hate that freaking thing. Wonders of Life may be Wally. Just a gamble guess, since there is a lot of Wally promotion on resort and cruises. That is true, and they did have Wally and Eve as like kind of like a meetup at the Pixar Place Hotel. That Abby and I waited over 2 hours to meet them. So the fact when people say that Wally isn't relevant, I beg to differ. I think honestly, if it's something done really well, I can definitely see Wally going in the Wonders of Life Pavilion.
100%.
And they really got to do something with that exterior, that Florida sun. Like, oh my God, that building is just god awful ugly.
Oh, it's horrible. But I don't know if you're able to go to the second page.
Oh, yes. And then one last thing, we got Daniel Vargas in the house. Hope the Anons Frozen 3 and 4 release a trailer of Frozen 3. I don't know if they'll announce anything for Frozen 4, but I do think we may get Frozen 3 more in depth.
I think. Okay, this is just a wild prediction. I know I said we were going to do a separate video. I understand that, but
give them a little teaser.
I can't help myself. Okay, so the fact that you said Frozen 3 and Frozen 4, and the fact that it's been rumored that we might get an Arendelle at the Disneyland Resort in the near future, I think that's when they'll announce Frozen 4 because it'll tie into the land that they're gonna build at the Disneyland Resort. That's
Okay.
when I think we're gonna get the announcement. So it could be either 2028 D23 or 2030. That's my wild prediction.
Okay. All right. So we're going to continue on with day 2, which is Saturday, August 15th. All right. So we'll just, conductor, we'll just do like how we've been doing. Like we'll go back and forth. Like I'll do a line, you do a line. It'll, so from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. kicking off Saturday, D23 Masquerade, the Ultimate Disney Costume Contest, presented by AT&T. Anyway, this is basically everyone who wants to partake in the Masquerade contest. You know, these people, I mean, you should see some of these costumes. They are phenomenal. It's not just like go to kind of like a Walmart or like a Party City, you know, and buy. These people like handcraft, basically engineer these phenomenal costumes. I mean, these people really take it serious. And honestly, it's it is fun to actually watch the contest. Now, again, if that's something that suits you, I think it would be very interesting. But I'm going to wait and see what some more things that are going on during the day. So it is something that I am curious about, but it's not at the top of my list. At the archive stage from 10:30 to 11:30, Legends in Conversation. So I'm assuming what this is they'll have past Disney legends who have been awarded, and they basically just kind of have like a conversation of their contributions to the company, you know, what they've done, you know, throughout the years. And it's probably just like an intimate portrait of like just talking about like being a Disney legend and what have you. At the backlot stage, 10:15 to 11:15, Camp Rock 3, The Next Generation. I actually, you know, being like a late teenager, you know, going into my early adult when I watched Camp Rock on Disney Channel, I am curious to see Camp Rock 3, but it's not an interest to me at D23. And then from 10 to 11 a.m., this is actually quite interesting at the Hyperion stage, Lego Star Wars screening event. I don't know really what it could be, but the fact that they're putting it at the Hyperion stage, that seems very interesting.
Yeah,
But
no.
I would say with any of those.
Well, it's actually quite interesting because I do love the legends and conversation. I do love that. Like, I would be very curious to see what the legends talk about and, you know, how they assess what's going on in the company as of today compared to when they were, in the thick of it as Imagineers. So that panel I'm very excited for. Camp Rock 3. It has the Jonas Brothers in it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I kind of feel. I know this is going to sound corny as hell, but if I had to choose a second, which I don't think I will, but if I had to, oh God, I don't know because they all overlap. So just that line right there, Legends in Conversation, would be it for me. For that line.
Yeah. Usually like in the morning, because people are just getting there, they usually don't like start anything off really too big of a bang. You know, it's usually like midday into the evening time is when they usually have them.
Yeah, no, 100%. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But the next line, it says from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., it says celebrate 65 years of Marvel Spider-Man, which I'm actually very excited for because looking at this, they could have all three Spider-Mans or three Spider-Mans. Tobey Maguire, you would have, oh my God, I can't even believe I forgot
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. And who would be the third?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. So I'd be very interested to see if they came on stage, but I don't know. There's a comparison factor here because that it kind of overlaps, and it does. You have the Floating Mountains, a conversation with Joe Rody from 12:30 to
Ooh.
1:30. So I think if I had to choose between those two, it would be the one with Joe Rody, being that the Floating Mountains is a reference to Avatar in Animal Kingdom, and he
Mhm.
might give us some insight to the Avatar that's coming supposedly to DCA.
Well, and if we do attempt that one, I'm standing up and I'll be like, "Hey, Joe, when are you fixing the Yeti?"
He will do that. He will do that, and security's probably going to look at us. I know he will. I know he will. I I cross my heart. He will do it.
Oh gosh.
And then
And then really quick, going back to the Spider-Man one, and also too, they can talk about even just the history of Spider-Man itself, like through the comic books, the
yeah,
television, the animated television series, and even like moving forward. So yeah, that definitely is interesting. But yeah, I think, man, that's a tough call. But if I had to pick, I would probably do the Joe Rody one.
yeah, same here. I think everyone's going to try to do that, so that's going to be a tough one to get. The next one is 12:15 to 1:15. It's the Bluey from the backyard to the big screen. Quite frankly, I think that's going to be half empty, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, and well, that actually kind of gives us a little hint of what they're going to showcase at the studio
That's
presentation the
true.
night before. Because if they're already saying that they're going to have a separate panel that they're going to talk about the Bluey movie coming out from backyard to big screen, they're already going to have to announce something the day
That's
before.
true. 100%. And then the next one after that is noon to 1. It's the Carol Wood Foundation presents Walt's Barn. God, that hits hard. I don't know
Yeah.
what that is, but it sounds interesting.
So that's so I guess they're going to do a presentation of Walt's Barn that they have over by Griffith Park. That
Oh,
his actual
wow.
barn where you can actually go and walk through. I've been there several times. It's actually really nice. They have a little mini locomotive train that you could ride that Walt did like
That's,
around his studio and stuff. Um,
that's cool.
so yeah, that would probably be really cool.
That's really cool. And then from again noon to 12:45, you have Disney princesses, heroes, and villains. Now, the reason I kind of get a little excited about this, that's obviously referencing possibly Villains Land. Could we get a little teaser for that?
Right. Well, that's for the cosplay.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Sorry, man, didn't
Sorry.
mean to bust your bubble.
No. I'm sorry if someone got offended because okay, for me, the entire list, forget about cosplay. I know George will be there, or maybe, but me,
No, not for those. I won't be there.
okay. The
Just
next,
one in particular, but I can't say what it is because it might give away my
okay,
costume.
yeah, no,
Yeah, so yeah, basically everything on the far right in the light blue, that's the cosplay.
yeah, but go ahead.
Um, okay, so the next line from 3:30 to 4:30, Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 3. Uh, I know a lot of people love the series. I know that they're moving forward with it, but it's really not my thing. So I'm not even really going to waste really any time with that, to be honest.
Yeah,
The 2:30 to 3:30 Zootopia 10 years in the mammal
ooh, yeah,
metropolis. Now, obviously they have this that they're going to be celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the first Zootopia. But
God, that
on the
hits.
day of the parks presentation, I know that they won't announce something, but
I don't know.
you never know.
That's a teaser right there. I don't know. And then, oh God,
And then and then 2:15 to 3:15 scrubbing back in. Now, here's
here,
the thing. First of all, I love that title, scrubbing back in. Like that
yeah,
I
you know what I think of that? Scrub. Bye. That's what I think about. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I absolutely love the show Scrubs. I'm glad it made a revival back. But again, not really something that I would utilize my time at D23.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
and that's just me. This one actually is kind of interesting. From
like
2 to 245, the impact and legacy of Disney toys.
I like this one.
This one really piques my interest because I wonder if they'll like go back to like the nostalgia days of like how like with like the Disney PVC figures and the action figures and how they incorporated through like the fast food chain McDonald's and Burger King with like the Disney toys and everything. This actually has me intrigued, like the Barbie dolls with the princesses. You know, like not that I'm interested in Princess Barbie dolls. I was like adding it to the roster. So. But before we move on, because Conductor has the next lineup, let me just kind of catch up with the chat a little bit. Let's see. Lucas and Disney says Bluey Land happening in Disney Hollywood Studios. Let's go. I could see that. I could see them incorporating Bluey having like a permanent spot, for sure. And we got Rudio in the house. Conductor is swinging for the fences, and George is just striking him out. Oh, good Lord. Let's see. Conductor secretly loves cosplaying. Keep an eye out for him at the events. Yeah, I don't know. We attempted to try, but I think yeah, there's no bite to that hook, unfortunately. Let's see. Then we have Thriller Island in the house. Welcome in. When will they let people register for the panels? Great question. So it should be on July 20th. Everyone who is attending the event, they will be sending out separate emails with a link. And it's basically, I'm assuming, because this is how it's been in the past. It's almost like a survey kind of format. And you just kind of click, like they'll have them separated in categories, and you just click which one that you would want most to least. And they compile all that. And then it in a lottery system. And I believe it is August 1st or August 4th that they will be sending out another separate email stating that if you are chosen for any of the panels, which ones you were selected for guaranteed seating. So great question. Let's see. Yeah, Jason Hill says, I think the Spider-Man thing is about the comics, not the movies. Okay, fair enough. Then we got Tommy Toon. Can't wait. Yes, Tommy Toon will be at D23. Unfortunately, he won't be able to join us at the Honda Center, but he will be boots on the ground at the Anaheim Convention Center, during the day and evening for all the stuff that's happening. While we're at the Honda Center, he'll be doing maybe some coverage over there. So got the best of both worlds there. And Tommy is at the airport. Yes, Tommy is getting back from his experiences in Vegas and during the Resident Evil at Horror Unleashed. So definitely go over and check out Tommy Toon's content. He got a plethora of things that he did, and of course, many others. So definitely go give our boy Tommy Toon some love for sure. Let's see. Need more cast members to be awarded in the Disney Legends. I agree. I think they should have a separate category that, even though that they like celebrate like these bigger names and celebrities, I think honestly they should have like a separate kind of thing where they honor cast members. Because without them, they're the ones that keep the parks going, Oh, and this when Tommy said, just heard the news of the schedule dropping. Absolutely. And then Lucas and Disney, a member for 9 months. And thank you, Lucas and Disney. We appreciate it. Kingdom Hearts big panel happening in D23. Yes, you did text me earlier, and we will be getting into it further on into the schedule. Based off of the time that it shows, I think I might be able to squeeze that in before heading over to the Honda Center. So crossing my fingers on that one. And then, oh yeah, rest in peace, Party City, George. Yeah, no more Party Cities. I had to take my shot. Let's see. Lucas and Disney says, oh, sorry. John Make It Rain says, thumbs down to any more Arendelles. Arendelle and Disneyland Paris looks beautiful, though. I agree. I think it looks beautiful. And honestly, I think we need better Frozen representation in the domestic parks. John, I feel like that you're right. I feel like all the international parks have gotten all the Arendelle. So like when you say, oh, another Frozen land, it's like, really? But I think honestly, we need at least one in the domestic parks for sure. Let's see. But what time is the Hollow Gelato meet and greet? You know what, Rudio? I actually will be working hopefully on something of that nature. So whoever is attending D23 at the convention, maybe we could do a little gathering, a little meetup for sure. That would be cool. Even if it's just like for a couple minutes and what have you. I think it would be really cool to do a Hollow Gelato meet and greet. And then Lucas and Disney says, George, I think there is a 5 to 10 minute clip teaser for Doomsday and Frozen 3. I could see that at the studio panel for sure, especially for Doomsday, because if the trailer is going to drop at the San Diego Comic-Con, that trailer is going to go hog fire everywhere.
If it hasn't done it already.
Yeah, I think because it is for. I didn't see anything drop, but yeah. But I guarantee you, if they do, it's going to be everywhere. But yeah, I could definitely see them doing like a 5 to 10 minute like clip of the movie of Doomsday for sure.
100%.
Okay, I think I caught up to where. And then Jason Hill said the Joe Rohde panel is my only must for the day.
Oh, 100%. I agree with Jason. Like I said, it ties into Avatar, but it could give us insight to what our Avatar is going to be like at DCA.
Possibly, yeah. And just to see Joe Rohde, I got to see him several times at these events. So to see him again, come back to Disney, that would be awesome. And then Peter says Disney legend, investors, George, and conductor. Of course.
Oh, 100%. You know I'm going to be there. 100%.
And Lucas and Disney says, I should get a Legends Award for calling out Muppets and Rivers and Space Mountain wanting to be gone and Disney announcing it in the next year or so.
I think so. Get this man an award. Come on.
Come on, man. And then we have Thrillabee in the house. Welcome in, Thrillabee. Always good to see you. Let's see. Then we have Intamin Fangirl, Power Coasters saying hello. Welcome in.
And to Thrillabee, I just want to, because he's constantly at Disneyland, just FYI, me and George will be there in a couple hours because we're going to be doing the Gordon Ramsay restaurant tonight. So if you're...
Well, I know. I have to like reach out to him because I keep on like missing him. Like the days that he goes is the opposite of mine. I'm going to have to reach out to him. So
100%.
It's been a while. And then we have Chris in the house. Any news on Phantasmic Dragon coming back to Disneyland? Not as yet, but I can definitely. I would think that they would have to announce something at D23, the parks presentation.
From what I've heard from people I've talked to that have friends inside WDI, the only thing I know of concrete, they have been working on either the concept for a new dragon or they've been actually working on the dragon itself. And that's as far as I know. So
Okay.
it's possible.
Yeah, they're still working on it because they have oh, I forget his name. He actually attends D23. He like works on all like the puppetry and the animatronic things for Disney. He does his third party company that he
Oh,
actually worked on the first dragon, and I think he's working
oh
on this
wow.
dragon now.
Oh,
I
nice.
For the life of me, I can't. Why is his name blanking on me?
Oh,
Anyone in
geez.
the chat, if you know who I'm talking about, please throw his name in there.
Yep.
And then Intimate Fangirl Power Coasters ask any testing rumored to start soon.
Meaning the Fast and Furious coaster. So the last I heard, Wizard reported, everyone reported there was. Remember when there was the crack on the glass of the Scream Shield, and when there were speculations and rumors. Oh yeah, a bird ran into it. Yeah, no, that's not what happened. One of the spoilers off the cars came unbolted and hit that glass panel. That's how it cracked.
And then another piece came off a separate day, which actually halted the vehicles while the team members were stuck on there for over an hour.
And they had to use someone captured it. Uh, they had to use almost like a car battery jump, like jump box to hook it up to one of the ride vehicles to release the restraints. So they're definitely having issues with that. So I think they've halted all testing until further notice.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Orlando's is going to get theirs before ours. And
I
honestly, I can't really foresee them opening the coaster during Halloween or Christmas time. It's just not. It would just be complete chaos. I honestly say fix the issues, wait until after the holidays, the start off of 2027, around January, February, like the same time that they open Super Nintendo World, and call it a day. That's what I
well
would do.
well see, it's interesting too, not to dive too much in the Universal because this is a Disney live stream, but the Universal actually just pulled the option for the Fast and Furious ability to ride the
Mhm.
coaster during Halloween Horror Nights for the 2 p.m. day and night combo ticket.
And there are people that purchase those tickets specifically
Yes.
to have that option. So I can't imagine how those people are
And no
reacting.
and no refunds. That's the
Yeah.
worst of it.
And I
So
think it was what, $117?
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
But yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see. Our ears are to the ground, and whenever things get announced and breaking news, just like how we're doing with D23, we will be there to cover it.
100%.
Um, so, okay, so then at 4:45 to 5:45 p.m., Disney Marvel: A Legacy of Stories, presented by M&M's. So this is probably basically again like sort of like how what they were doing like with Spider-Man. They'll probably talk about the history of Marvel, how Disney came to the acquisitions and with the MCU and everything, and the legacy of great story that's in the Marvel universe, whether it's comic book, television show, or film. That would be my guess.
Awesome.
And then this is what Lucas was mentioning. I'm very, very interested in this. As I said, this one I would probably do and then head over to the Honda Center
Same.
is 4:30 to 5:30, deep dive into Kingdom Hearts. I
Yes.
think from what I remember, this is going to be the first like individual panel that they'll be dedicating for Kingdom Hearts at D23.
Yes.
I'm kind of hoping that we end up getting a release date for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh, can you imagine?
I'm not a huge gamer anymore like I used to, but I am still heavily invested in this franchise, and I will become a little bit of a gamer again for Kingdom Hearts 4 for sure.
Dude, I remember, oh my gosh, back in the glory days, and I'm meaning like PS2, PS3, PS4, because I've been a Sony guy all my life.
Mhm.
I remember the midnight releases for like Kingdom Hearts or Grand Theft Auto. Those were the good times, and you just hang outside like a GameStop or a Target or a Best Buy, and you're surrounded by fellow gamers, and you're just chatting it up. Oh, dude, it was phenomenal.
It's funny because those were like the two franchises that I would play the most. Would
Yeah.
be Kingdom Hearts and Grand Theft Auto, which are completely two polar opposite type of games. But but yeah, that's I was into both of those franchises.
Oh man.
And then at 4:15 to 5:15, Disney style around the world. I'm not 100% sure of. I think they talked about that. That was kind of like a little bit of a leak teaser prior to it. I know that they gave like some, but I don't think this was something that I was interested in, because honestly, this would run in around the same time as Kingdom Hearts, and I'm sorry,
Definitely.
Kingdom Hearts is like my main priority in the later afternoon before we head over to the Honda Center.
Sure. I think, okay, I really wish, and I know we can't do it, and it puts a knife through my heart, literally. But I know I'm skipping over two of them, but I'm jumping right to the 6:30 to 7:30 great moments with Walt Disney. I'm like, damn.
Yep. I had a feeling that the great moments with Walt Disney and then the 125 years of Walt Disney, we're still gonna shoot for that one, but I had a funny feeling that this one was gonna overlap with the Honda Center.
Yes, and then Chris asked D23 event schedule. When is Disney's Parks panel? What day? That's going to be Saturday night.
Oh, sorry, wrong one there.
No, you're good. You're
there
good.
You go. Yeah. So yeah, Saturday, the 15th. Yes, at 7 p.m. Now, Lucas and Disney gifted $1.99. Hong Kong. Oh, sorry, not Hong Kong. Sorry, strike that. Reverse it. Because I'm used to seeing like HK, for either Hong Kong Disneyland or Hell's Kitchen. Sorry, Kingdom Hearts Land on Walt Disney World or Disneyland, or Kingdom Hearts in Japan DCL. I could maybe see them doing it in Japan and adding it because it would be customized for the cruise line. But hey, I mean, no complaints here if they bring it to Disneyland or Walt Disney World. The only thing that they showcase for Kingdom Hearts thus far is during Oogie Boogie, when Mickey, Donald, and Goofy come out in their Kingdom Hearts uniforms for a photo op, which is cool. But that's a shame that that's the only thing that you showcase.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Florentine says Orlando might get Portos too before Downtown Disney Anaheim ever does.
Yeah, we're still waiting for they didn't even go vertical yet on Portos.
No. But jumping to now Sunday's schedule. This is the one.
Well, really quick, I just want to finish off the bottom. Now, this one kind of irritates me just a little bit. So they're doing an encore presentation of that Disney Rewind concert at 6:30 to 8 p.m.
Right.
Now, this is what irritates me, that I'm glad that they're doing an encore.
Sure.
But have the encore on Sunday.
Yes.
Because the Disney Legends ceremony is at 1:30, and then we'd be back at the Anaheim Convention Center. So for the people who are attending the Honda Center, could have had the opportunity to do the Disney Rewind encore.
Yes.
Why do it on the 2 days that people are going to be at the Honda Center? That to me just didn't really.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And then the last one, 6:45 to 7:45, Worlds of Tinkerbell, Neverland to Pixie Hollow. They'll showcase obviously that character from Peter Pan, and maybe even do a little maybe like not a memorial, but like a little memoriam tribute, thank you, to Margaret Carey, who was basically the model and inspiration for basically Tinkerbell to her core. So, and she just recently passed, so I'm for sure they'll dedicate something to her.
100%.
Okay, now, yes, moving over to Sunday, August 16th, the final day of D23 2026. And conductor, if you want to kick us off.
I do, because this one's very interesting. This is going to be another tribute celebration, but from 10:15 to noon, a new featured length documentary from Leslie Iwerks.
Yes.
And I forgot his first name.
Dawn.
Don Iwerks just passed the other day, and what a shame. Right before D23, it's a sad time for that to have happen, and I would honestly hope they're going to do some special tribute. And I know as much as George is going to do it, I'm definitely shooting for this no matter
I am
what.
too. I am too. I will make sure that I am early there that day to get in line, unless we end up getting the priority, or not priority, the guaranteed seating. I want to. Well, first of all, I'm a fan of Leslie Iwerks. I love her documentaries. Her recent one, Disneyland Handcrafted, phenomenal. So the fact that she's going to showcase another documentary that's unknown to the public, I'm very curious to see what it is. And hopefully maybe she could tease season 2 of the Imagineering story. Would love to see that. And of course, for sure, as you had mentioned, they'll pay tribute to her dad, Don Iwerks, the father of Leslie Iwerks, but also the son of the great Ub Iwerks, who worked with Walt Disney. And all three of them, what a multi-generational pioneering family.
Oh,
I mean,
for sure.
Ub Iwerks, who basically came up with the whole creation of how Mickey Mouse looks, and the multi-plane camera, and the copy printer that they did for 101 Dalmatians. Like a lot of the things, Don Iwerks worked with the Circle Vision camera, and amongst other things. And then Leslie Iwerks, a phenomenal award-winning documenter. Like, I mean, come on, they're like a powerhouse family.
Oh, for sure. So I can't wait to see what that has entail.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's going to be awesome. And then we have from 10:15 to 11:15, we have Huz Drawn to Life. That seems like an animation panel.
Huz Drawn to Life. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's at the same time as Leslie Iwerks, and I'm sorry, whatever that is may be interesting. If I could really help it, I'm not going to miss.
No,
that documentary.
No. The next one is 10:30 to 11:30. Disney and the Grammys, a musical legacy. Which I'm going to be honest with you, if for whatever reason, I'm just being honest, for whatever reason, if we can't get the Leslie Iwerks, which would be heartbreaking.
Yeah,
I think I would try to shoot for the Disney and the Grammys.
I'm right with you on that.
So
after looking at the time frame, see you're already doing it. You're thinking of how a person should at D23. You always have a plan B, always.
Yes. And then from 10:45 to 11:45, The Force of Innovation, Hasbro's Grogu animatronic, which I guess it's cool to see in person, but if you really want to, if you're intrigued by it, go watch a YouTube video. They have it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest with you. It's just
that's the truth, honestly. And that's the thing. And again, they have different things for different people, strokes for different folks. But I personally think, like, for me, like, there's certain aspects of like what I expect out of D23 for myself. And this is not one of them.
No.
And then we'll just get out of the way of 11:15 to 12:15. Again, the final day for the cosplay meetup for all worlds of Disney. That'll be the final time for, I guess, meetup and photos and stuff like that.
100%.
And then 12:15 to 1:15. This may be something that may intrigue our good friend Mademoiselle, because her favorite Disney animated movie of all time is Alice in Wonderland. So maybe this would be something that might pique her interest. 75 Years of Nonsense, Alice in Wonderland. So I'm assuming that basically it's a whole panel dedicated to the film Alice in Wonderland. So again, if you're a fan of Alice in Wonderland, like Mademoiselle, that would be definitely something interested in you. I wouldn't mind attending it myself, but I think it'd be cutting it close.
Yeah.
If we were to do the Leslie Iwerks documentary, I don't think I would make it in time. But then there's now this one it would be interesting, but again, not like for D23 for me.
I got my own.
Disney-fying your home with interior design magic. And I think like this is based off of like a third party kind of like design team. So a lot of people like to showcase their products at these conventions. Sure. So, and again, Disney-fying your home. I mean, trust me, when we have our own, like my whole house is going to be like Disney-fied, but I'll just do that myself. I don't need really any hints or tips or help with that.
Yeah, no.
Then 12:45 to 1:45 sounds delightful, an illustrated audio adventure. I'm assuming it's based off of like the audio and like the sound effects that they use maybe for their films and stuff like that. I'm not sure. But I think within these two time limits, honestly, the two for me is the Leslie Iwerks documentary and the Disney and the Grammys.
100% on that. I totally agree.
Yeah.
So looking at the schedule right now as it sits. Okay, so 1:30 to 3:45, me and George and a bunch of people will be going back to the Honda Center for the Disney Legends Award ceremony. Yeah, that's going to be interesting with Bob Iger getting an award. Don't even get me started. And then from 1:30 to 3:45, it's going to do a simulcast. So I'm guessing that's going to be live stream, maybe with ABC or something, or Hulu.
I think if memory serves me correctly, I think they'll live stream it to the convention center.
Oh,
so
okay.
People who actually want to, and I also think maybe on Disney Plus.
Okay, gotcha. This one kind of breaks the heart a little bit. 2:15 to 3:15, the Sherman Brothers on the record. I wish we could have done that one. That one would have been really cool because the Sherman Brothers, they did there was a tribute in the Main Street little theater on Main Street, and then they added the final verse for the 70th for Small World. So it's kind of heartbreaking that we can't see that. And then from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. we got Restoration at Disney, Preserving Our Legacy, which again, pretty interesting. Can't see it. I wish. But this is the one that's got me really intrigued right here. 2:45 to 3:45, it says to be announced. I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, so apparently they have an open slot that they're, I guess, still working on things of like what it could be. So yeah, that'll be announced at a later time. I'm actually curious to see what that is myself, but unfortunately, whatever it is, I hope it's nothing too spectacular because again, it's going to run into our Disney Legend ceremony time.
100%. So go ahead.
No, go ahead. No. Go. Okay.
So the next two, which would be at 4:45 to 5:45, 101 Dalmatians 65th anniversary. I think I do want to shoot for that one, 100%. But I'm kind of torn because right next to it, you have from 4:30 to 5:30, you have Searching for the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
That would be really cool, and I love how they're showcasing an older classic Disney live action film like Swiss Family Robinson, and of course the treehouse that inspired at Disneyland. Very curious to see what they talk about that. Unfortunately, as much as I would love to attend either one of them, the next one, I swear, like literally, like I'm aside from trying for the Leslie Iwerks documentary for the whole entire day, I'm actually a little bit even more excited for this over the Disney Legend ceremony. Is from 6 p.m. to 7:45, A Whole New World of Alan Menken,
Mm.
which is basically Alan Menken, a multi-award-winning composer who worked on The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast with the late great Howard Ashman, Aladdin, and countless other Disney films, and also on Broadway. He's going to be performing on the piano of a live concert at the Anaheim Convention Center.
That's going to be awesome.
So this actually is interesting because I was very curious to see what the time was. So Disney Legends ceremony at 3:45 is when it ends. So that gives us 2 hours and 15 minutes. I am hightailing it back straight from the Honda Center to the convention center. And where is this going to be? This is going to be in the premiere stage. I'm going to get in the queue. Hopefully they add this to the guaranteed seating, and I hope I get the guaranteed seating for this. I'm going to try if it's part of it. If not, I'm going to be getting in line as soon as I possibly can. Honestly, even depending on once they make the final announcement of who is going to be the final Disney Legends inductee, so to speak, no offense to them, I might even duck out a little bit early of the Legend ceremony to make my way back to the Anaheim Convention Center.
Okay.
Especially since this is since the Legend ceremony is going to be live streamcast anyway.
Yes.
So whoever is last, whether, again, so sorry, I apologize, it's no disrespect to you, whether it's the Jonas Brothers, who else? Eric Goldberg, even to Bob Iger. Again, no offense to any of you. I may duck out a little early to kind of beat a little bit of the traffic, because you have to think, once the Honda Center gets out, we have to get out of the Honda Center in the slew full of people, go over to the Arctic train station where you have the Uber pickup. And that's going to be, I might want to beat the traffic on that one for sure.
No, 100%. And then I think, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Was there,
there's one I would be very interested in if the Alan Menken does not work out.
Okay, go for it.
Because it's the first time.
I think I know which one you're going to pick, and if it's the same one, I'm right there with you.
Okay, it's the first time D23 has ever done this, but it's from 5:30 to 7:30. It's the Disney Experiences auction, rare and remarkable finds. Like, I mean, you could bid and buy these, these rare, pieces that have been used in attractions, been in the parks, at the studios. I think there's going to just be a laundry list, and it's going to be really cool to see, because one of the things I keep seeing, like on social media and stuff, there's like this kind of auction mall, like I think it's like 20-30 miles away from Walt Disney World, and it's almost like a size of a Target, like a mini Target. And you walk in, and there's all these collectibles from, Disney, from Universal, from all different types of decades of both companies, seasonal holiday props, the whole 9 yards. And you could buy all this stuff. So I'm really curious what Disney's going to auction off. I'm very curious.
Okay. Nice. And actually, yeah, I'm very curious about this myself, because this is the first time they're actually doing something like this. So it's the first of its kind at D23. But also, as a option 3, plan C, I absolutely love this movie. It actually comes, I think, it's my top 3 for sure. Of Disney live action, like classic movies, after Mary Poppins and the 1961 Parent Trap starring Haley Mills. Bedknobs and Broomsticks, starring the late great Angela Lansbury, celebrating 55 magical years. If I can't attend Alan Menken or the auction, this is my third bet to go to. because I'm for sure they'll showcase a lot of behind the scenes and a lot of stuff of how they did the special effects and visual effects of the movie itself, and just kind of like reminiscing. And who knows, maybe maybe a few of the child actors who are actually still with us that
Yes.
played Charlie, Paul, and what was the girl's name? Carrie. Charlie, Carrie, and Paul are still with us. So who knows? Maybe they'll invite them out to be part of the panel.
100%. And no disrespect, but Jonas Brothers is the last on my mind. So sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, come on, like the Hey Jonas live at D23 celebrating Disney Legends, which is again celebrating Disney Legends, but that's in between Alan Menken, the auction, and Ben Knobs of Broomsticks. Yeah, that's not even Yeah,
No.
that's not even on my list. Sorry.
No. But to kind of end things off, and this is just a thought process. I kind of already did one, but I'm going to indulge myself and do one more. Okay. Should we give them a little teaser for our next video and do a rumor prediction for D23? What do you think? I think he froze. Okay. I'm going to go first. Okay. If I had to choose one thing, I'm going to say as a rumor, and this is just a wild prediction because I have many, but this one I don't think anyone's kind of predicting at all. Since Disneyland has built the infrastructure for the Magic Bands, wild prediction, we get a announcement about a version 2 or version 3. I think it'd be version 2 for the Disneyland Resort with new capabilities coming soon to the resort. That's my rumor prediction.
Yeah, sorry. For some reason, it cut out for me. For some reason, I don't know why. I'm sorry. So it was a rumor. So you're doing like just one teaser, like
just one teaser until we do our video.
Okay. A teaser. So a teaser wild card prediction. I'm not going to go too big because I want to save my big ones for like that separate live. I'm going to say. I'm going to say a new pavilion at Epcot.
Whoa. Okay.
I think we're due for something new at Epcot, something that's more vital for the park, unlike that Communicore Hall. And I think we need to lean more towards World Showcase again. And there's definitely room for expansion there. I say we get a new pavilion over at Epcot.
And you wouldn't be wrong because and John Make Your Rain says a new Russian pavilion, possibly.
I do know that was in the pipeline, like back in the 80s when they first were, constructing Epcot. The way the world is today, because a lot of times that, you have to actually work with that country. I don't think this particular country is going to want to work with us.
Yeah, not at the time. But I do agree with you though. We could get an announcement because when someone posted on social media today, I was actually reading it at work, and some of the verbiage they were using was, well, Walt Disney World is going through massive transformation. Each park is getting new upgrades and stuff for Epcot, and we haven't heard anything about Epcot. So could it be we get a new pavilion? Could we get a new version of Figment? Could we get a new version of Mission Control? Could we get a new play pavilion or something in that spot? There's multiple options they can choose from, but I actually like yours because Epcot, it's like a wild card. They have like multiple things they can choose from. I do like that.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And John Make It Rain, I love your passion here, man. Screw the image or world. If it's badass, build it. You know, I have to say, I mean, I love your attitude on it. It's just unfortunately with companies and businesses and working with other, you know, countries and everything, it's a lot more red and yellow tape. But as I said, I love your passion for it. I would be right there with you because I did get to see early concept art of what the Russian pavilion would look like. Also Switzerland, because they had actually had the Swiss Alps as like a roller coaster, sort of like an East Coast Matterhorn, and they had the Mount Fuji roller coaster as well. That looked really cool.
You imagine if they built that Mount Fuji?
Oh
Oh,
man, I would
God.
love Mount Fuji.
Oh,
They
God,
need to make it happen. So before we go, we're going to catch up with the chat one last time. So please feel free to put in your comments, questions, concerns, opinions. We're going to do kind of like a little bit of a. So Florentin says, "I apologize. I'm not even going to attempt to." Well, okay, I'll try. I apologize if I mispronounce this. I'm bad. So Utada Hikaru can sing again for Kingdom Hearts 4. I do know who you're talking about, Florentin. I just don't know if I pronounced the name correctly. And Jason Hill says, "Hey Lucas, did you get front row this time? Lucas is the GOAT when it comes to meeting celebrities." Lucas is. When I was there with him 2 years ago, he got like pictures with everybody. He even got a picture with Bob Iger actually at the convention center.
he did.
He got to shake hands with Harrison Ford. Like Lucas really is the GOAT when it comes to like celebrity like selfies.
That one I'm jealous about because I love Harrison Ford. So
Yeah.
I'm really jealous he got that, but I'm happy he did though.
Absolutely. Mademoiselle agrees. Yes, for Alice. And Mademoiselle says, bummed I didn't get Hana Center tickets for Legends. I thought you did. So you that's right. No, you only have the first 2 days. Well, Mademoiselle, I have a favor to ask if you're up for the challenge. If you're not going to be attending the Honda Center for Legends, maybe you could stake out a spot for us for the Alan Menken concert and get in line and hold our place while we are heading over to the Honda from the Honda Center.
There you go.
There's safety in numbers.
Yep.
I have seen Alan Menken perform twice. He did it at Destination D, 75 years of Disney feature animation. Brilliant concert. And he also performed with the late, great Richard Sherman. They did a dual concert at D23. And again, that was phenomenal as well. Let's see. John Make It Rain asks, do they give free food samples out at D23? No, they don't give out free food samples, but they do have food trucks, which are phenomenal. Kind of pricey, but they're good. They have the crappy food inside the convention center, which I don't recommend. It's very overpriced, and that food is disgusting. But they're also going to have that beverage, Star Wars.
Yes.
With the robotics, we have to check that out too.
Yes.
Because they are going to add that to the parks, at least to Disneyland, late 2026.
Okay, so I have a speculation. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I can't help myself. I swear to God, I can't help myself. Okay, so about this kind of drink cart, it's interesting because I find it interesting. I've talked to people that have been on the cruise lines. I'm not just talking Disney. I'm talking like Royal Caribbean, Princess, so on and so on. Those big ships. And the cruise lines are starting to implement this technology where they have automated bars. And what I mean by that is like you'll walk up to the counter, there'll be kind of like an iPad mounted on the counter. You put your order in, and you see the robot. Normally it's an arm. It's not like a full robot like myself.
Right.
I'm just kidding. I'm not a robot. But like an arm making your drink right in front of you. So the technology is already here. And the fact that they're going to have this on the showroom floor, and probably many of you ask, why do I bring this up? Well, the thing is, we've been lacking kinetic energy in both Galaxy's Edge, Avengers Campus. And this type of, entertainment slash beverage experience is going to help with both lands. Like, I mean, who wouldn't want to go and order a drink and be entertained at the same time? Like,
Yeah,
for
that's
real.
very true. And to actually have a droid make
Yes.
the drink and stuff like that.
Yes.
That's so cool. So I'm so glad that they are testing it out at D23. I don't know how they're going to implement the operations of getting a drink, or if it's going to be virtual queue or what have you. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, it will be coming to Disneyland later on in the year. And I agree with you with that, conductor, for sure. John Make It Rain says the auction sounds cool. I bet they have a ton of very unique art. Yeah, I'm for sure they're going to have a lot of like very unique stuff. Lucas and Disney says Korea Pavilion. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, because I know, and I know Lucas would want like authentic Korean food, because I mean this isn't Korean. Oh, hold your thought just really quick, because I know like when he went to Epic Universe, like the Blue Dragon was not his cup of tea.
No, but I got some breaking news right now. This just happened minutes. Okay. I don't know if you can go on your phone, George.
I got it on the charger. Can I get it up on the computer?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, no, you can't. You have to have your phone. So I'll wait. Go get it real quick.
Hold on.
Go get it.
Be right back.
Okay. I won't say anything. I promise.
Okay.
Okay. But this is pretty interesting. Like, I mean, this is what we live for. Like, I mean, I'm not even kidding. Breaking news just happens. It's crazy. And me and George were actually talking about this the other day. So I'm waiting for him to grab his phone real quick. But I'm going to kind of answer a couple questions why he disappeared. Lucas and Disney said, I'm extremely upset because I really want to go to Kingdom Hearts panel. I know that one's going to be really cool. I hope we get it in the lottery system when we pick out what panels we want. And then Kaylin ID says, all the panels sound awesome. Can't wait. No, they're going to be fantastic. John Make It Rain says, just ask somebody if you can take their place. Okay. George, you have your phone ready?
Yes.
Okay. Go on the App Store and check on updates, because they just updated the D23 app and they've included the schedules, cosplay meetups, transportation, parking. They reimagined the entire app. So update the version and let's do it.
Let's see. Wait, open. It just says open. Oh, wait, loading. Here we go. Manage permissions. Let's see. Confirm my choices. Oh, wow, they did.
Yes. So download just that one, because I'm sure you have 50 other updates, but just do that one because I'm looking on the app.
Does it look like this? Oh, shoot. I can't.
Well, no, I saw it. It does. It does.
Okay. Is that it then?
Yeah, that's it. But on the top left, it says switch to D23 Fan Hub, which is interesting. And they have.
Oh, I see. Let me see. Well, I'm already on it, so.
Oh, okay.
That's weird. Wait. My D23.
Ah, there's Theme Park Wizard. There you've been hiding. Let's see. And then as a quick side quest, Theme Park Wizard. Please, everybody that is watching this live stream right now, whether it's on YouTube or X, both on Theme Park Conductor and Hollow Gelato, definitely go check out Theme Park Wizard. He's been on top of Universal updates like you wouldn't believe. He has a book out that is, I don't know if it's still a #1 seller. I think it personally should be, but #1 seller. I actually have the book right here, so you guys can take a look at it real quick while George is looking at the app. This, oh, my bad. Sorry, Wizard. This is his book right here on Amazon. You can get right now the unofficial Universal Studios Hollywood Guide, 2026 edition. Please go grab this book. I've read it. Amazing. I love it. And I know Wizard's working on more versions of this for the upcoming years. So definitely go check that out. Go check him out on YouTube. He does amazing work, especially for Universal. I think he has a video out today for updates about Universal. So definitely go check that out. But George, what do you think? Because they updated the app.
Yeah, I mean, it is great. I'm glad they updated it, but usually what they do is they have a separate app specifically for
Well,
the event. So now they're combining into one, which I'm cool with. But
yes.
now it's kind of confusing because now I can't see like the regular D23 stuff.
Oh, but see, this
But
is,
that's what that button should be, switch to Disney Fan Hub. So how
yes,
do you switch it back?
I don't know. That I'm not
Hmm.
sure. So, but I did find that pretty interesting, so that way you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is very interesting. I'm trying to see D23. I guess I would just have to just go on the regular website then.
Yes. But
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, that is great breaking news. Okay, so let's see.
oh, hey,
Yeah.
Mademoiselle put a comment on there. Did you see that? She said,
Mm,
just saw your request, George. Yes. I'll save a spot in line for Alan Menken. And then she says $20 a spot.
hey, you know what? I'll gladly hand you the $20.
Hey, you know what? I'll keep it
That
there.
would be so worth it for Alan Menken.
There you go.
Okay, so let me see. I just want to come back up, catch up here. Where was I? I was down here somewhere. Okay, John Make It Rain asks, do they drop hidden rewards into people's bags at D23? I do know, like, if you go, I know how it was past years. If you go up to like the guest services on the upper level, you can get a complimentary like little mini poster or something. I know they did that past year. I don't know if they're going to do it again this year, but no, just randomly, I mean, they may have like free little sample things depending on like what kind of uh pavilion thing you're at, but nothing major.
Yeah. No.
And
100%.
Lucas says to Jason Hill, I can't attend D23 this year. I did buy premier seat, but due to work related, I can't go. If a sudden announcement and I can't wait, it was sudden announcement and I can't even transfer the ticket either. Oh man, that stinks.
That sucks. That really sucks.
I am extremely upset because I really wanted to go to the Kingdom Hearts panel. Man, that sucks, man.
That's terrible.
Yeah, we had a great time with Lucas 2 years ago. We really did.
Yeah.
And again, shout out to Lucas. I know I've beaten this how many times, but again, just like with Jason that helped us out for this year, Lucas was the whole reason why I was able to go 2 years ago. That he surprised us and got our tickets, and we actually ended up treating him. We bought his food the whole entire weekend. So it was like that was the least that we could do for his generosity that he did. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, so kudos to Lucas, kudos to Jason Hill that came through after I had my 80,000 spot on D23 for the freaking tickets. Kalani D, all the panels sound awesome. Can't wait. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was just got the spot. Yep, $20 a spot.
Jeez.
And then, yep. And then, of course, we have, sorry, I didn't mean to ignore, but yes, the one and only theme park wizard in the house. And then John Make It Rain asks, does your ticket include a free Tahiti or sweatshirt? I wish, but unfortunately, nothing really here is free. You basically have to buy and pay for everything. But conductor, if there's any other things you wanted to bring up, I think we are going to call it for today, folks. This was a last minute spur of the moment live. We literally just got off the phone. We set everything up. We did it on the fly because that's how we do it here over on Holo Gelato and Theme Park Conductor. When we get the news, we bring it to you and we do it in grand fashion way. John Make It Rain has a question for you, conductor.
So not tonight. I've been kind of off and on feeling under the weather, but I'm going to force myself to go down to Disneyland here in a little bit because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to say I was at the Gordon Ramsay restaurant to dine in there with fellow friends on grand opening night. But Conductor Sunday live stream will resume this coming Sunday.
Absolutely. And I think too, you just need like to catch up on more rest. I mean, you've been going on like fumes.
I have, because this week at my job, if many of you don't know, I work for Costco Wholesale. So I am actually a forklift operator. And I work in the mornings. And this week is inventory for us. So if you go into a Costco and you see a bunch of yellow stickers or white stickers on pallets, and they have numbers and item numbers on them, it's inventory week. So my schedule's just all over the place. So George is right. I've been kind of going on fumes. So that's kind of crazy, but definitely stay tuned because both Holo Gelato and Theme Park Conductor, both of us, will have videos about our Gordon Ramsay experience tonight. And we will be doing a predictions video very, very soon. I think if memory serves me correct, I'm not going to say who's going to be joining us, but if the stars align just perfect, this individual is a very busy bee on social media and just, what he does. But if he is able to join us, he will be part of that predictions video. George knows who it is, but I'm not going to reveal who it is yet. But definitely stay tuned for that. And that will probably more than likely be on a Conductor Sunday live stream or something like that. So definitely stay tuned.
Absolutely. And to kind of go off what Conductor was saying, yes, please look out for our videos of our dining grand opening experience at Gordon Ramsay's The Carnaby, which is going to be tonight. Our videos will be out shortly after. We already made our thumbnail, so we're all rare and ready to go. And of course, there's going to be a lot more content, as Conductor had mentioned, our predictions live and everything leading up to D23 and then the event itself. And then even after, because we got stuff in the pipeline even after D23, folks. Yes, that's how busy we are. If you want to see us or have something, let's do lunch. We'll have to pencil you in because it's like, it's a crazy time.
It's chaos. The one thing I will say, if you do see me in the park, I've been encouraging people, please come up to me if you haven't done so already. I do not bite. I'm not a shark. I'm not a crocodile, I promise. Or I'm not an 8-foot gorilla. Or, in this case, the other day, elderly gentleman got chased by a bison. I'm not a bison. I'll chase you down and run you over.
That video was wild.
That was ridiculous.
I'm surprised he survived that.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. So never, ever do that. If you're in a national park, don't get close to those things. But the reason I bring it up is I do give out a theme park conductor sticker and a bun that is courtesy of Holo Gelato. Him and his wife, Abby, actually designed it for my channel. And all the congratulations go to them because of the design work they have created. And I do hand them out to people. So feel free to come up and say hello. Because, like I said, I don't bite, and I certain the hell do not throw you up in the air 15 feet. So I promise, I'm nice. I can be nice.
And the same for me, but a little bit differently. If you see Conductor, you can go up to him. He doesn't bite. If you hear me in the parks, because you could see him, you could hear me.
Oh boy.
Definitely come up, say hello. I'm a people person. I love the attention. I don't bite hard, but but in any case, yeah, I love having conversations in the parks with you guys, just like how we do here on the live stream. So it's all fun and good. Also, yesterday I attended the park streamers hangout meetup with Berry Place, Theme Park Casual, and Cordy in California. Definitely watch the rewatch of their live. We met up at Knott's Berry Farm, had a great night. Also, we'll be joining them on August 2nd for the annual Chalk Walk at Disneyland. I will be covering that as well. Again, so much on the horizon, folks. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on both Holo Gelato and Theme Park Conductor for all your content needs. We promise you and guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. But in any case, we are going to be closing out this live. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you in the park soon. We're about to get our grub on at the Gordon Ramsay Carnaby. So again, Theme Park Conductor, thank you so much for, again, being my partner in crime and joining me with the breaking news announcements of the open schedule for D23. Let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to Holo Gelato for always being an amazing host. You're awesome. I love doing these lives with you. But nevertheless, you can find me, Theme Park Conductor, on YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Theme Park Conductor, on X at Theme Conductor, TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1, and every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like Holo Gelato with his spicy theme park Italian opinions. I love it so much. And his lovely hair. I had to throw that in. It's like a godsend if I don't. I'm just kidding. And we have so many other guests as well as we break down Disney and Universal news. We talk about D23 that's coming up in a couple weeks. We talk about Halloween Horror Nights and everything theme park related, even some studio stuff. And it's a great time. Many of you join during the Conductor Sunday live stream, so I couldn't be more happy to see you guys continue to catch up on these live streams. You guys are amazing. The one thing I will say with D23, why me and George are at the Honda Center getting all excited and have our blood pressure go through the roof because we're so excited, definitely stay tuned for Tommy Toon World, because Tommy Toon World did not get the opportunity to get the parks panels or the panels at the Honda Center, but he will be at the convention center all 3 days. So some of these panels that me and George cannot go to, he might be covering it. So definitely stay tuned to Tommy Toon World on YouTube, on social media, because he will capture some of that.
Dude, I swear we have to get a lottery ticket, because I literally said the same exact thing. You could go back and rewatch the live when you had to step away. I mentioned it. Literally almost verbatim of how you said it.
I'm telling you, we got to do it.
We got to do it. But that is very true. Yes, Tommy Toon will be boots on the ground all day for Friday and Sunday. He will be there half day on Saturday. But that is very true. All the panels and presentations that we can't see or cover or experience while we're at the Honda Center, he could. So he could see the great moments of Walt Disney. He could see the 125 years for honoring Walt Disney. He could see some of the other ones. He's another one that maybe can be able to get in line if he's interested in the Alan Menken or what have you. So yeah, so there are going to be some people at the convention center who are good friends of ours. So you're going to be getting content from all four corners of this event. And of course, even things before the event, we have D23 Day at Disneyland. We have the Angels game over at the stadium. Abby and I will also be attending the Saturday prior. It's like an art kind of showcase down in Anaheim. That's also part of the lineup. And then there's also over at the I forget the name of it. They're having like karaoke. They're having trivia over at the I forget the name of it. Why am I drawing a blank? But I'll add it in there later. I'll get the actual name of it. But in any case, folks, we want, you know what? No, I'm sorry. That's going to bother me. Give me 1 second.
Oh gosh,
I have to. That is literally that's going to trigger my OCD.
I know. Believe me, it will. I'll hear it the entire night. So
you will.
Might as well get this over with. And okay, so why he's looking that up? Okay, I understand people.
Packing district.
Okay, well, I'm going to add this in anyway. So, what happened at Space 220, I can promise you will not happen tonight at the Gordon Ramsay restaurant because we're doing family style. So all of us are going to be sharing little bits and pieces of each. We're going to get a bunch of stuff, but we're going to share it because, believe me, if there were 2 beef Wellingtons between me and George and there was no comparison, like what temperature's what, we would have Space 220 all over again. And
I'm sorry, they can't mess with my beef Wellington. They cannot mess up. But I tell you what, because I was gung ho on getting that beef Wellington, but after you sent me someone's little preview of the food, the fish and chips look good. That prime rib looked phenomenal, and I'm like, I want to try. And these are very pricey dishes, folks. So I think it'd be best, like, whoever orders something, and then we just kind of like, as he said, like family style, like share it together, because that way we can get a little bit of everything and see what we like.
But the only thing I'm not sharing, I can promise you this, is the bread pudding, and George is not going to ruin that moment. I'm just kidding. He never ruins anything. It's a laugh.
But unfortunately, Conductor did wait patiently inside Mythos, and I tell you what, his bread pudding became a swamp. It was very sad, but he said that he's going to cover his bread pudding first before anything, so that doesn't happen again at the Carnaby.
And don't worry, even before I eat the damn thing, I'm going to have flashbacks. So,
of course, yeah.
And I know George is going to stick a camera in my face to see those reactions. I guarantee it. So,
of course, it's going in the vlog. So, like,
great. Here we go.
And then John Make It Rain really quick asks, any upcoming popcorn buckets? I don't think there's anything more.
Except for Sam the Eagle behind my shoulder. But
yes, Sam the Eagle was recent. The Lightning McQueen for the Cars anniversary. The Bullseye horse popcorn bucket. Yeah, nothing else, but I'm for sure they'll come up with new ones, especially with the holiday season coming out. They're going to have Halloween and Christmas ones for sure.
100%.
And then John Make It Rain says, I was just about to ask, are you guys planning on getting multiple entrees at Gordon Ramsay restaurant? Absolutely, because that's going to be probably our best way to approach, to try a little bit of everything. Again, that's how we do it. I'm Italian. That's how we do it. We do for family. We do a family style. That's just how we do it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, no offense to Fast and Furious, but I mean, the Italians have the family first. I'm just saying. So
don't worry, there's a lot more hidden details you guys don't know about, but I'm not going to share that.
Of course.
Let's just say that.
We'll save that for another time. But in any case, folks, thank you all so much for joining this special breaking live for the D23 schedule announcement. This is Theme Park Conductor. I'm George the Disney Italiano. And as I always say, in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.